everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Hi, I'm Ilyasa Simpson, aka Minister Charge, aka Coach Illy, aka some people call me Yaya. I got a lot of nicknames, y'all. Yes, and I'm welcoming everybody into the charge room tonight. We are here to talk about the men with the men. We are here under Where is My King? Hashtag the men's locker room. And tonight we got a juicy one. Y'all, we got a juicy one. So come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the charge room tonight. Again, I am your host, Ilyasa Simpson, holding it down for the women because this is a men's platform where we have real men talking about real situations. And I do kind of a peekaboo session because I have to hold it down for the women. But I like this, love this platform because men have a voice. They want to be heard. They need to be heard. And here they will be heard because no one hears them. They are complaining, y'all, that no one hears them, that everything is about women, 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 women. Okay, so since you want to talk, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight. So tonight we're going to talk about life after infidelity, right? But we're going to do a little twist on it. We're going to get the men's perspective of how can one move forward after cheating. Yes, that cheat thing is serious, right? So, you know, again, everyone talks about women, women, women. We want to get the men's side because there are women out there who cheat. There are women out there who cheat, um, just as well as there's men out there who cheat. But then there's people that are very committed, very loyal, and we will not discredit you. We are here to encourage everybody to be a better them, right? So we're going to talk about the men. But first, let's get some housekeeping rules going on. Not rules, but just some announcements, right? So let me tell you, I am asking everyone to like, comment, and share this locker room discussion tonight. We are here to talk about it like after infidelity, right? Now, I'm also asking you to like our Facebook page, The Charge Room, follow our Instagram page, The Charge Room, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Yes, we have a YouTube page. Subscribe to the page. You will get automatically notified when we are on air, when we are live, when we are streaming. Never miss an episode again. And also go back and preview all the past episodes that we have recorded. Yep, they are there. I also would like to let everybody know that I am officially a national radio talk show host, the number one station in the nation with 5 million viewers. iHeartRadio. Yes, this ministry will be on deck every Sunday at 12:30. I have a 30-minute session for the Charge Room show. Go me. I never thought I was going to do something like this, but guess what? God has me walking and I'm walking with him, right? So yes, he's been flowing in my life and I am so humbled and grateful. And I definitely want to use this platform to help build and grow my community. Yes. So yes, starting this Sunday at 12 p.m., I will be launching the Charge Room show on iHeartRadio. Now, back to the juicy discussion at hand. Hold up. About the Charge Room. This Charge Room is a ministry I started in 2019. Yep, just 1 year ago. And look how fast we are growing. We are just moving right along. God is good. And the mission of the Charge Room is to provide a safe platform with supportive interventions to encourage one to experience freedom within their mind and their spirits while bringing forth a newness and the choice of becoming one with God. Yes, sometimes we go through life, we have troubles, we go through tribulations, we go through complicated situations, we get stuck, we isolate ourselves, we go through depression, we go through anxiety, through so many things, heartbreaks, disappointments, and we never go back to face our fears of fixing them, right? Let the charge room help you. I am a life coach on my website, www.thechargeroom.com. Click on it. There are sessions. We can have talk sessions, private session, group sessions, and transformational session. We are here to help you to work it out. Also, we have platforms, these talk platforms to show you what some things ought to look like, right? You do not have to disagree to not talk, to not speak. Effective communication works, ladies and gentlemen. All we have to do is set aside our anger, set aside our fears. Be humble in all your ways. Come face what is going on inside of you. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let's have the spirit of forgiveness. Yes, I know forgiveness is extremely challenging, extremely challenging. But guess what? We could do it. It's an effort that has to be done. We don't like to do it sometimes, but guess what? It's necessary just to have peace within your spirit and you can walk in life and be free. Such a beautiful feeling, right? Such a beautiful feeling. But tonight we're going to talk about men. And this is something, this particular topic is a topic that we catch feelings, ladies and gentlemen. We catch feelings when we are in love. We catch feelings when we are connected to someone that we take everything in our soul and just give it to our partner. And then our partner turns around, disrespects the relationship, and finds his way in another person's bed. My God, that is a heart wrenching, mind blowing, heart, oh my God, breathtaking. It just wipes you out. So let's talk about it. We're going to bring on the men tonight. We have four amazing kings, and yes, they are kings because they are demonstrating their maturity on this platform of Where's My King, hashtag the men's locker room. And when I tell you, I'm so proud of them because we have only launched since August. And when I tell you week after week after week, and we dive into these discussions, when I tell you they come through, they come all the way through. So tonight we're going to present King Herman. We're going to present King Dre. We're going to present King K-Wise. Yes, y'all are here, right? Yes. Good
Yeah,
evening,
we here.
gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Yes,
We are
I
here. We are
appreciate
in the
you
building.
coming on tonight. I
Kings.
definitely appreciate you coming on tonight. Thank you. Thank you. So tonight's discussion, y'all, tonight's discussion, we are talking about infidelity. And that is just a topic that we just go crazy about. And again, because I'm a woman and they say women are just such emotional creatures. But guess what? We're not talking about the women today. We are talking about the men tonight. We are talking about how men feel after being cheated on.
It's
We are
gonna be a good
talking
one, yo.
we are talking about it because again
It's gonna be a good one.
we always talk about the women. Oh, my man cheated on me. That's a dirty MFR. Like, I mean, we get caught in it, right? But we are going to talk about the men. How do the men feel life after infidelity? And like I said, we want to talk about a few sides here. We want to talk about how does a man expect. Oh, hold on. We're going to talk about how does a man feel after he has been cheated on. Can you move forward on that? And then after we discuss that, we're going to hop into the other side of the women's side. And how does a man expect a woman to feel after he cheats on her? So it's kind of the flip side of both sides, right? So we're gonna talk about it. So we're gonna come through and let's start with how does a man feel after he has been cheated on? Can he get through it? Does he hold grudges? Like let us know. Let us know because I'm representing the women here, and there's women listening, and there's also men listening. Please give your perspective. So we're gonna start with King Herman. We're gonna start with King Herman.
All right, all right. Good evening, Kings. My brother King Dre. Good to see you, brother. Been a while. King Wise, you know how we always do, okay? um, the topic is interesting. I haven't experienced it, but from my mans that I've been around, they've shared some stories with me. But the first thing I can imagine is like, as a man, when you get cheated on, it hits your ego. Cause it's like, yo, this ain't supposed to happen to me. I'm that guy, especially if I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing right and as best as I can, I'm communicating, and it happens to me. First thing is first, what I'm going through, I got hate, I got anger in me. I want you to feel it. You know, now depending on how long we've been together or what we share, that will basically determine if I'm gonna try to stay and stick it out or I'm actually gone. And you can kiss my you know what. I pass it on.
Who you passing going to, bro? Me or Dre?
Why you do it? You take it first.
All right, okay. Well, first, peace and
Why you
blessings.
take it first?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, a little better now.
Can y'all hear me? Okay, all right. Well, first off, peace and blessings, Queen Eliasa, for having us on our platform again, and congratulations to you for the iHeart.
You got to
I
bring the
still have
mic
my
Little
closer,
clock
closer, little
brother.
again.
closer.
Hold on. Oh, man. It's the wrong time for message. What about now?
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot better.
A lot
Okay.
better.
Okay. Again, pardon me for the miscommunication, errors, but positive education always corrects errors. Peace to you, Queen, and my brother, fellow brother kings, and to our listeners as well as our video observers. Um, tonight's topic, yo, that's just powerhouse for true for being a victim of that as well as being an advocate of it. So I got both sides of the coin. But when it was done to me, yes, I kind of have to echo the words. It was very hurtful, very harmful, very painful to a point where it's like you wanted to do harm to that person, maybe in your mindset, but I didn't actually do anything like that. But you wanted one of the main things that most men to seek out, and I know if I done that is a form of some type of payback or revenge from being hurt. So sometimes it came by the way of going back at that person or someone else who came along and just happened to been a wrongful victim because you used all your hurt and pain and poured it out on that person, without thinking or caring about the other person who you started to deal with in the second phase. So, like I said, I can't speak for most men, but for self, it's it's not an easy thing to accept. Not an easy thing to accept, especially when you feel like you're deeply in tune or in sync in the right vibration with the person you with. So sometimes it can be a very hard pill to swallow as a man because yeah, sometimes we let our ego in that word we talked about many times ago, that word pride that steps in and we let our pride uh, overcome our true sense of thought, you know, and we tend to act a fool, you know, or should I say we act fools on things that is no longer have a meaning to in most of our cases, you know. So yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow, but this too shall pass when you finally come to loving yourself again, that you can get over it and not hold it off and let one of the young king spit what he got to say from now. Drake.
Peace, everybody, man. Um, yeah, man, this is a serious subject, definitely. Um, so the topic is how do you feel like after you've been cheated on? Um, I like to look at like the beginning of like the origin of the situation. Like first and foremost, like what was I doing to put myself in that position? Like what was I doing wrong? What was I not doing like to put myself in that position? So I would look at it like because 9 times out of 10, man, in my experience in relationships, it's the dude that's doing something stupid to put himself in a position to be, put out there like that. Uh, Definitely, in my experience, excuse me. Um, like, so then you got to ask yourself, like, was it something that you deserved, quote unquote? Because eye for an eye type of outlook on it. So I could put myself in a position where I have to pretty much accept the wrongdoing that I did that made her do that. Because most women are gonna be 100% honest with you in relationships. Most women, I gotta say, I can't even. So it has to be the dude doing something to put himself in that position, man. I can't even look past that. So like, with that being said, it's like, how can I really feel like so stretched out and so out of place? Like, I don't come from a place of ego and bravado though. That's another way I'm perspective I'm coming on. Like I'm not really too focused on me and my pridefulness. I'm trying to figure out like what's the situation here and how could we make it better, especially if I'm committed to you to make it better. And I know it was something that I did. It has to be. That's just my experience though, by myself. I'm not trying to put it on none of you. It's just my experience. I know it had to be me. So I would be more in a feeling of trying to gain an understanding and not be so, avert to be violent by speech and definitely not by action. But I would be more so in a forgiving stance to trying to understand what we can do to better ourselves and better our relationship, so that I won't be put in that situation again. That's where I'm coming from with it. Wasn't Wise just here? All right, I'll pass it to Mister Father Wise.
Can,
Yo, peace, everybody. Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Ooh. I just can question how does that top. I had it. I wanted to read it again. Right. Give me 1 sec. I'm right here. I just wanted to make topic. How do you move forward in a relationship after infidelity from a man's perspective? From a man's perspective. From my perspective, I can say, yo, like, and it's hard to believe because a lot of people don't hardly believe it, right? Like, there was nothing I really did wrong. So when I was just listening to Dre, and he's saying that this is his experience that is the men that always do something wrong, right? And I don't my experience, my that's not my experience. I'm just gonna put it that way, right? I pretty much done everything that I was supposed to do. You know, there was date nights, flowers just because, some gifts here just because, talking like too much. I'm not too much of a talker, you know, and I understand that women need to hear that a lot. Oh, I love you, or this and that. Like, yo, I like like if I say it once to you a day, or once I said it 2 days ago, like it's nothing changed. Why do I have to always keep repeating myself? That's how I look at it. Um, I know women like flowers sent to their jobs and stuff like that. Like I'm not with all that like too much. Um, I'm not gonna send you a $80 bouquet of roses when I know that you need a front tire that costs $80. Like I'm not doing that. Right? We talking about flowers gonna die, but you need that tire. So when it happened to me, it came out of left field, and I'm not even gonna sit in front. I was devastated after 25 plus years, 3 kids later. You know, I was devastated, right? And I just and so I guess whatever it was, it didn't work out with them or whatever was going on. But she tried to I'm sorry. Can we work this out? Can we talk this out? And no, because what happened was when it first happened, I was running around doing stuff, acting like I was the one who cheated and was trying to fix it and make it up to, and like, and I no, and it wasn't that. So I just stopped. I stopped doing everything and stopped communicating, stopped talking. Like I don't want to hear nothing from her. I don't want to talk. And so the question is, can a relationship survive infidelity? And from my point of view, no. No, no, no. Because what's going to happen, it will never be the same. That's just for me. I don't know about anybody else. I'm just saying that's just for me. Like I'll never look at it. I'll never look at it the same, never feel the same ever. Like we had a bond, and whew, you lay down with another man. That's just like I can't. I can't. I refuse. And if it could work, I'm not with it. I just rather, rather just, even though it did hurt, or like even today I talked, it was yesterday, I talked to the queen yesterday, and she gave me some good advice. I just still like, I'm just, me personally, I'm angry still. I don't care nothing about her. I just feel like through that whole thing, like the disrespect was real. It was super real. Just everything about it. And that's the one thing that kind of got me stuck really with that, because I'm angry at that. Like, yo, I got played. And that's what bothers me the most. I could care less that she's gone now, because that doesn't bother. It's just that I sit back. I just sit back, and it's when I start thinking, when I get in my head, I'm just really like, yo, and I need to I need to get out of my head some days. That's just the bottom line. But the answer to the question, Can the relationship survive infidelity? Absolutely not. Just from my perspective, because it all changes. Everything changes. Man. Takes years to build trust and 1 second to break it. That's all.
Okay, so I've heard all of you. All of you have different views. I totally respect everyone's view, but I want to do a little playback for a second. So, as hearing, because y'all are men and I'm a woman, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. But first, let me bring it together. So, listening to you, it's definitely um, emotions that come to the table that are very heart wrenching. You become angry. Um, you feel disrespected, played. Um, you want to take. You sometimes is revengeful. You want to go eye for an eye. Um, or during like having a payback feeling. Your ego gets in the way. Your pride gets in the way, and um, you have feelings too. Definitely respect that. So we both agree, both genders agree that infidelity, the aftermath of of infidelity, is extremely painful. It leaves you on the table feeling naked. It takes everything out of you. Both genders agree. Now that we know that this is something that's hard on the mind, the body, and the spirit, how could we change our behavior to not conduct ourselves to ever do this again to our partner? So Father Wise, I'm sorry, for King K Wise said a good suggestion is about loving yourself. It's about loving yourself. Loving yourself makes a great deal of impact on how your relationship is managed. Loving yourself and identifying who you are, what you want is a great foundation to have direction to where you want your relationship to go. And that's on both parties. What a challenge is of in all relationships of people get to and they really don't know what they want, which may leave them both parties in an empty space because it's like a dog chasing its tail. And the more you chase your tail, you're gonna dig a hole for one of you, both of you, or the other one. And it doesn't pan out to a positive situation. So let's take Father Y's situation where he felt I did nothing wrong. Um, Dre said I had to do something and I'm taking accountability. Herman said he never really been through this situation, but he has had friends who's experienced this, which on both sides it go. But at the end of the day, emotions are there. King KY's expressed how it's an ego pride thing and you just want to get somebody back because you done wrecked something in here. Yes. Again, we already know what it can lead to, but it's the key of how do you fix it. So what are ways that it can be fixed? Um, Father Wise said he stopped communication. One thing that is the most detrimental thing is to stop communication. Because when you stop communication, it's like cutting off your air supply. When you cut off your air supply, you can't breathe. When you can't breathe, you can't think. The blood is not flowing, right? So if that happens, how can you move forward? And you gave the answer to that. You can't move forward. But I tell you this, if love is on deck for both parties, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is he worth fighting for? Is she worth fighting for? Can we fix this? Because if you truly love someone, there is a place that you will reach from the guts of your soul to save your relationship. Most people say, well, we've been together for blank years. Some been together for months. But at the end of the day, one thing a woman would do, and I'm one of them, you will go to the ends of the earth for your man. And that's period. However, if we feel wronged, bless you, if we feel wronged, you have severed a very thin line, and Lord knows what's on the other side. Lord knows what's on the other side. Because women have the comeback, snapback sometimes, and we got that pride and ego thing too. Yes, we do. Some people are real petty with it. Some women are very revengeful with it because you done hurt me, damn it, and I'm gonna get your behind back. That's not me per se, but I know a lot of women that have up with the and to come through to get you back. I've seen it firsthand, witnessed it firsthand. So how do we get past that? So again, communication is a must. Effective communication. I don't care what that man or woman has done to you. If you love them and they love you and y'all can sit down and talk about it, effective communication can get you through. Because if it doesn't come through, yes, pride and ego and ignorance is definitely going to sever the relationship. Period. So I'm just recommending, if somebody is in love, I don't care what a person has done to them. And I mean, there's some rough, crazy, and severe things that people do to each other when they are angry. If someone is in love with someone else and infidelity happens, if both parties are emotionally present, and it has to be both parties, not one and a half, or a half, both whole parties must be emotionally present for you to sit down at the round table or the boxing ring and hash out your differences. You will need another person. You will need professional help, maybe a relationship therapist, or a coach, relationship coach, or just someone that you guys both trust to kind of be the mediator to hear both sides. But I promise you, if both parties take the effort to emotionally be present and and mentally and spiritually commit to moving forward together in love and be accountable of your behavior and stop denying. Another thing that will challenge the relationship, again, it has to do with effective communication. Block listening or just not listening at all to the other person's feelings, not taking their feelings into consideration, ignoring their heart, ignoring their spirit. If you are one who says you want to be in a relationship and you are ignoring the feelings, emotions of your partner, you are not emotionally present. It's not going to work. So, yes, a relationship can survive after infidelity. You just have to come to the table together in love, emotionally present, being accountable of your behavior, and you must communicate. So, does anybody have any comment with what I just shared? Y'all mics is on, off.
Well, can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, on the flip side, uh, when you first go through like your first stage, what we used to call back in the day puppy love, or your first love, and something, and it's not always us that causes things to happen. So now, I mean, we do look at ourselves like, well, why did you do this to me, or what made you do this to me? We ask those questions, and to try to recover from that, if you don't have a person that you can confide into, whether it have been a mother, a father, a sister, or a brother at the time, it's a difficult process to go through alone as a man. It's a difficult process. And I'm not just saying that from, well, I have to say it from the male perspective because I'm not going to answer for a woman when a woman can answer for herself. But for the man's perspective, going through it for himself, it's a hard process, like you said, because again, what we were traditionally taught in our time of growing up, how to toughen up, be a man. A man don't cry. You know, you strong, you a rock. But most of us didn't really get that soft side of how to, it's okay to cry, how to find comfort, how to find strength in letting your anger out, or what you feel that was detrimental. Sometimes it was hard, like I said, hard pill to swallow because you don't want to show, as men, we don't want to show no sign of weakness. So we lash it out in different ways or act it out in different ways. Um, Now for the flip side, like I said, I can speak on it personally as far as a person who has committed infidelity, adulterous acts on my wife or whatever at the time. And she didn't do anything to me. It was all my own doing. It was all my mindset as far as what I would say, allowing. I allow, so when I say other people, I allow the influence of other people's words to try to find a way home into the negative zone of what I was going through. And so what I did with that was feed on that and use that to make my own excuse to want to go out and do what I chose to do, and didn't care about her feelings anymore. Didn't care about her lonely nights. Didn't care about her tears. Didn't care about nothing. Didn't want to hear it because in my mindset I felt that I was done. But The true side of it was I really wasn't done, because if I was really done, then it could have went a better way with communication. And like I said, everything starts with communication, you know. And for me to have her, for her to even forgive me with all the things that I have done, okay, she could have chose to step out if she chose to, but she chose to stay strong within her vows, her belief, her heart, to say that it's going to work out. So, yeah, things, it can work out when you work it out together. It's not an easy thing to go through, because it's going to be day by day where you may have to feel like, how can you regain that trust? How can you rebuild that trust? How can you assure him or her that you're good, or they're good with you? You know, so it's an everyday process. But the main thing about it is communication. And if the love is there, I wouldn't so much worry about the love anymore. Work on that communication, because if you love, you love. And so just fight for what you feel is right. That's the main thing. Just fight for what you feel is right. It's not going to be easy, and if it works out, it works out. If it don't, then it don't. But the choice, remember, you gave the time and effort to do it, and that's what you should feel good about within yourself. As long as you feel you gave your 100, it's all right. Don't worry about what nobody else says, do, or think. So the choice is yours. Peace.
Anyone else? So everyone's cool with my views, or y'all are
It's,
talking with no? Okay.
I had to unmute my mic, right? I was just sitting here like, when somebody hurts you and somebody disrespects you and somebody like they how can you fix something? Like, how can it be totally really fixed with communication when somebody really disrespects you? I mean, like, really literally
Want me
disrespects
to help
you,
you out with
and
that?
all of this happened. Like,
Want me to help you out?
I'm just saying, me personally. Oh, I heard your views. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't want to hear nothing from her ever again. Like, I don't even want to see you. Don't want to talk to you. I don't want nothing.
Can I ask
Like,
a,
literally
can I
nothing.
ask a question?
Right?
Can
Go
I
ahead
ask
and
a
ask your question.
question?
Go ahead and
So,
ask your question.
all right. So my question is, when you say I don't want to hear from her ever again, my question is, do you love, when you're saying that and you're in a relationship with someone, do you love them at the same time? Like, are you still in love, or does a light switch turn off and you say, I don't love you anymore, I don't want to talk to you anymore, like, we're done?
You know,
Like, where is love on the table? Is like, what happened to love?
she
Because love is huge. Love is huge. So are you saying when a person cheats on you, you're closing the door forever, period?
period.
Because so what if it was the flip side and you did that to her? So you would be okay with her shutting the door on you, like,
Yeah.
and you love her?
Like, the bottom line,
You would be
if
totally
you
okay.
if you
There
love
would be no.
somebody,
So are you saying there would be no fighting for love on the table?
not for me. Not when you love somebody, when you truly love somebody, you can't cheat on them. You won't be able to. Like, if you totally are
But
in
what
love,
about the room forever? What happens to the room forever, though?
there's no,
Because
not when it comes
nobody
to
is
that.
perfect.
Nah. I don't, not when it comes
This
to
on now. Hold on.
that.
Especially on the flip side. Especially on the flip side, because I'm a woman. And y'all, and No disrespect to the men, period. But y'all sniff, period. Y'all sniff. Y'all look, y'all sniff, y'all get enticed. And you're sitting up here saying that you're not leaving room for error.
And women
People
don't.
are
Women sniff. They get enticed. They do the same thing.
Listen. You daggone right. Check this out. But we leave room for error. We leave, baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm not doing this no more. Baby, can we talk about it? If there's a fight somewhere, bro. There's a fight somewhere. Come on. You trying to act like you a robot or something. Stop.
No, it's not. It's not that. Yo, I'm just telling you, I fought for the love. I fought, and like I said before,
that's not what you're expressing right now.
Let me finish.
You're not expressing the fight here. You're just expressing the light shut off. Because women fight for their man. I don't care what they do. If they cheated 100 times, have a baby by the next man, whatever the case may be, we still fighting. And we know we dead wrong. We still fighting. So you telling me you have absolutely, oh, we done. We're done for me. That's
you want me to answer now?
Now you can answer.
Oh, I can answer now. Okay.
Sure.
I fought when it first happened. I fought. I was fighting like I did it, like I did something wrong, right? And if all my fighting, all my warning, all my whatever I had left for this relationship fell on deaf ears. She couldn't hear me because she was so far caught up with what she was doing or who she was doing. Couldn't hear me. So after a while, yo, you know what? After a while, we just started adding bricks in the wall. Started closing up. Castle closed. Guards in the towers. Lava in the moat. Couple of dragons. Couple of fire-breathing dragons. And a lifesaver, just in case anybody got in. Like, the bottom line is, yo, like, done. There is no fighting for me. I don't care how much she fights now. I don't care how much she begs and pleads. I'm sorry. I love you. No. Once the trust is gone, once the trust has been broken, once you lay with another man, done off. In my book, I don't know about nobody else. I don't know about how no other guy gonna feel when he lay down with his woman again, knowing she was with somebody else. Nah, not me. I'm never.
Can I ask a question?
Hang on.
Can I ask a question?
Like I always, give me 1 second, please. I always said like this, like for who I am, right? I will never, ever in this lifetime ever again let some woman half love me. Never. And that's that. Like, nah.
That's that.
That's that. That fight is done.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Real quick. Nothing long. Big bro, I just want to know, like, the energy that you're giving off for this, for, you know, like, hypothetically, this is all hypothetical, right? The energy you're giving off for the situation is like real raw. It's understandable. I just want to know, like, do you think that you would harbor this level of, you know, aggression towards a female, bringing that into a new relationship? That's just something I was just trying to figure out at the same time as you were speaking, because you like, never and never in life would I do that. And I'm like, it's understandable. Like, it's definitely understandable. I just want to know, would you bring that into another relationship, that type of outlook where you have like a level of bias to it?
Nah. Somebody new is somebody new. I'm not going to hold nobody accountable for what she did. But I will tell you this, though. A lot of men ignore red flags because we want that woman so bad, or she fine, or she fly, or whatever the case may be, right? That for me, at this stage of the game and at this age, there will be no more ignoring red flags. First red flag, second red flag, first, it depends. Because the first red flag is enough. Now, if you throwing up another red flag or something else, I'm bye. Go. I'll spend the rest of my life by myself if I have to, before I go through anybody in their BS. It's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I can't allow that. I can't. I cannot go back to feeling the way I felt before. And it's just, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Period.
Can I give a scenario real quick? Like in that situation, right? Where you was like, no way you're gonna, right? I'm just trying to figure it out, right? So remember what I said just now about harboring that level of energy, bringing it into a new relationship, right? Now, it's a major possibility that energy that you harboring, right, because of a past situation can make you look at a new situation, right? And the perception of something that may look like this isn't really that. It could cause you to miss out on a blessing that you ain't even have time to flourish because you were so lost on something that looked like something but really wasn't because of a bias from a past relationship you haven't worked on. That's just a perspective I want you to look at.
Was that a question?
No, that's a
It
statement.
was a perspective I wanted you to look at. I just, would you have any feedback based upon what I said? It wasn't really question based.
If somebody knew, let me see. I'm gonna just make it simple. I'll do my best to be in that new relationship without no baggage. But if I see a red flag based on what I've seen before or what my experience is, it is what it is.
So you're not going to give no credence to having some level of communication and understanding of why that happened the way it was. Like the love is just, it doesn't matter anymore after that.
They can explain all they want. What? How come I saw this red flag? Well, let me explain to you. All right, go ahead. Make it good. When you explain, make it good. Because if it ain't good, that see you later. Make it good. Make me a believer. Make me a believer. If not, ain't that.
King Herman, you look like you got something to say.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
come in, Herm, please.
Yas, I heard what you said. Dre, I heard what you said. And the thing that happens, you said if love is on the table, and it's the point of getting to that point. But it's gonna take that gate to where, like I said, the harbor and the inside first is what I started off with, is that you're angry. And it depends on your healing metabolism and how and when you're ready to move on. Because the past is always meant to replay. We're 85% naturally leaning toward negativity rather than look at the positive. But and you're right, Dre. People sometimes, if they go into a new relationship and they see something that reminds them of something of the old, it causes the defense to go up real quick. But with the communication, I always say that in a new relationship, what happens is each relationship trains you for the next one, to the point where, look, this is what it is. I'm putting my cards on the table. You putting your cards on the table. These are my boundaries. And then we begin to build. But Father Wise said it best, like, yo, once that trust is like gone, it's hard to get it back. Then you got to look at, okay, if we're going to get this back, got to have somebody that's licensed, qualified. Then the influence that's around you, you have to totally separate. And y'all really would have to really find that way to get back to. Now, you're right. Women do fight when they feel they messed up. But men on the same side too, they fight also if they really, really messed up. But at the end of the day, when you come back, you're in that humble state because you messed up, whether you're on that side or you're on the other side. And once again, it depends on you. It depends on who's in your corner, who you're speaking to, and how you heal. Because if you don't heal, or you keep staying around people that charge the battery, keep charging it, it keeps coming alive. It keeps coming alive. So you have to totally dead it, and it really becomes accountability. And the scripture of that love, it keeps no rights, it keeps no wrongs. You know, that's just powerful. But then sometimes you're also looking at what you brought up, Yasa, was like, damn, was love really in the picture? Or was it, that puppy love, or because everything is flowing smooth and nobody got crossed, but I got disrespected, we can still operate when some of the strongest relationships have had when there's been infidelity, when there's been disrespect, when there's been, okay, you went out, you had another child by this one, but because I love you so much, I accepted it and I'm gonna roll with it. But a lot of times these stories don't get told. They kind of stay on the back burner, and then when you come forward, you're okay. Like I just found out that my uncle, quote unquote, my grandfather is not his father. But because of my grandmother and the family, they kept it in so long that now it's starting to come out. And and like I said, it's just really healing. So anything we can take away from this, with infidelity, with anything else that goes wrong in a relationship, it really talks to the healing. What's your healing probability? What does it take for you to heal? Who are you going to have in your circle that if it was broken and now it's getting fixed, that it gets mended, but it doesn't get severed again? Because sometimes there's people hanging on, this thread is looking like this when it used to be like this. So, and it's just the healing, and it depends on the situation and the level of what the two you had.
I totally believe in all of you. All of your answers are valid, because it all goes upon how each person is, who the person is, and just like you said, Herman, what will it take for you to heal? And that's work. Everyone is not willing to put in the work. There's so many people that want to throw in the towel when the brow starts to just sweat. You to go in to shower themselves with effort, to go the long haul again. Is real love really on the table? And if you have multiple hits, and the hits sometimes come in a domino effect, boom, 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 just the knockout in a fight, like round 1, 2, 3, all the way up to the. And who really won? No one's winning here. Everyone has to take accountability of who they are and what they want in their relationship. But again, it all ends and begins with self. Each party has to know themselves, know what they're bringing to the table, know to be accountable for your thoughts and behaviors, know that this is what I want in my relationship, and work towards it. Work towards that goal. Have relationship goals. Sometimes people are just in it just to be in it. Let's see what pops up on day 10. You have to have goals. I don't care what you do in life. Have goals, because that way you can reevaluate your situation and measure it. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Is he doing this? Is he doing that? Are we doing this? Are we doing that together? Because sometimes we are individually in a coupled situation, and you don't even realize that, because some people are together but they still move as they're single, and that increases the probability of infidelity. So if you are in a relationship, be committed. Be committed to one another. Not just say, oh, I'm going with the flow. He's cute, she's cute, let's do cute. Cute is not funny when it comes to feelings and emotions. It's not funny. Because men and women, not just men and women, everybody, we got different love languages. We have different love languages. And we have to find out what our love language is to one another. Because that's another thing that can really start infidelity. So we have to, again, know ourselves. What do I like? What makes me feel good? What don't I like? You have to have non-negotiable and boundaries within your relationship as an individual. And then you have non-negotiables and boundaries as a couple. Because what may be good for you individually may not be good for you as a couple. And you have to discuss these things. And people don't have these give each other thought-provoking questions and because they just wait for a situation to arise. Don't wait for a situation to arise to say, oh my God, I'm not having this, da 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 da. Be proactive. Have these discussions with each other before you commit. Because maybe commitment is not for you. Because maybe you're too selfish for a coupled relationship. People don't look at that part. Maybe you're not a giver. Maybe you only think about yourself. Maybe you go to the store and only buy food for you. Meanwhile, you got 4 other people in the household that got to eat, and you coming back with your one meal, and everybody's looking at you like, you forgot about us. There's people like that. Oh, you wasn't with me in the store, so I just only bought something for myself. There's some people that do not think about the larger picture. That's that selfish love. There's some people that don't think about the couple. They just think about how they personally feel. You have to be committed on both parts. Oh, everyone's watching TV, but nobody wants to pay the cable bill. Cable's off now. And then they assume that each other is supposed to pay it. Well, you were supposed to pay it. No, you were supposed to pay it. Y'all in this together. Sit down and negotiate these things. There's priorities in a household. There's things that's supposed to take precedence over what's outside of your household. Your friends can wait. There's some people that only talk on the phone, just period. They don't interact with their mate. They on the phone with their friends, their family members. Just because you're physically present, that doesn't mean you're emotionally present in the relationship. Just because you're physically in a household, that doesn't mean, oh, we're good. You're not good. Because guess what? Every time you walk in the door, you're on the phone. So your partner is looking at you like, okay, I'm here. I'm here. No one should have to battle with your social life. Not when it comes to home life. Home comes first. Put your phone down. Come in the door with nothing but love. Exit the door with love. Because how you behave in the house should be the same way you behave outside the house. Effective communication is so important. Being emotionally present is so important. And some people miss the whole chunk about love. Some people walking around here thinking that they are really in love. But guess what? I think y'all are more so in like than in love. In like, well, I like, there's something that you really like about this person. You lust this person. You know, you gravitate to this person for whatever reason. And most of the time it's physical, that you attract each other on the first go round. No one takes time out to get to know the inside of a person. There's more to a person than body parts. And that's on both sides. Take time out to get to learn each other. Be proactive. Ask thought-provoking questions. Because I'm just saying, as a single woman myself, I'm not looking for, one, I'm not really looking for a man like that. But it's just when I'm ready and my focus is on wanting to be in a committed relationship, I'm looking for someone that can assist me with my goals. So we can put our couple goals together. So I can identify his goals for himself, because maybe his goals don't work with my goals. And if we are not willing to talk about it, and we can't come to a compromise. So wasting time to say, well, let me get with him. And then you look up and he's like, oh, I want kids. And I'm like, oh, I'm not having no kids. But if y'all had the conversation before y'all got together, then you know this man wants children and I am not willing to have any children. So that means we need to have a compromising discussion, because we will be wasting each other's time. It'll be a preventative heartbreak. Like, people don't talk. So I wanted to continue this, but maybe we'll do it next week, because we wanted to talk about the flip side, because again, this is always a great deep discussion and people want to hear about feelings, emotions, comments, right? And we laid a lot on the table today that will get somebody to think, and I appreciate y'all. So let's continue this next week on the second question that I was posing of, how does a man expect a woman to feel after he has cheated on her, right? You want to say something, King Herman?
Just give me 90 days. I'll get it back. Give me 90 days. 90 days.
So yeah.
Back.
So we're gonna talk about that question next week. Let this be a part 2 about life after infidelity. So I thank you, gentlemen, so much. Y'all are always amazing to bring y'all views to platform. It's always great to hear what men have to say, because a lot of times men do not like to communicate. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you have just heard, we're going to talk about this some more next week. Life is not easy. Relationships are extremely challenging, and as a continuation, I'm asking you, type in if you have any questions that we can help with this topic. Type it in so we can talk about it next week. So it will be great. I love to have the audience, give their opinion about the topics that we speak every week. It's helpful because we are trying to help our community grow together, but we have to start with ourselves. Then we start with our, continue on to our household. Then it reaches out to our networks. We're a community. Everyone is not perfect. We are imperfect people living in an imperfect world. But if we take time out to stop and to reach out to be effective in our lives, we can change together. So definitely, I thank everyone for coming in today to hear the topic life after infidelity, and we're going to pick this up next week. Please write in the comments any comments or questions that you may have that you would like for it to be heard. We're going to pick this topic back up next week. So please like our page, The Trudge Room, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are trying to build the Trudge Room community because I want to have ongoing topics and let it build and let it grow. So share this page with your friends and share community. So let's big it up. Let's do a great job and coming to help heal ourselves, heal our relationships with each other, and ultimately heal the world. So once again, my name is Ilyasa Simpson, aka Minister Charge, aka Coach Illy. I'm signing off for tonight, and happy holidays, y'all. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.